PSG must be in a lot of pain right now. They had the chance to make a lot of money off Mbappe and refused to sell. Now he's heading to Madrid for nothing. Real Madrid is known for two things: winning Champions Leagues and for their big spending on superstar players. Real Madrid practically invented the idea of flashy signings. They even got a cool nickname, Los Galacticos, for bringing in a new superstar every summer from 2000 to 2006. Sure, they've had their fair share of epic successes, but they've also faced some costly flops. That's the risky game they play. So without further ado, here are the 10 most expensive transfers in Real Madrid's history. 10. Luis Figo, 60 million euros, from Barcelona 2000. This was and still is one of the most controversial transfers in football history. It's the year 2000, and football fans are in for a soap opera twist. Luis Figo, Barcelona's darling and star player, pulls off the ultimate plot twist by moving to arch-rivals Real Madrid. Real Madrid splashed out a whopping 60 million euros, making Figo the most expensive player in the world at the time. Imagine the scene in Barcelona. Fans burning Figo's jerseys, his posters being ripped off walls. He was getting cursed and cursed. He even earned the hate of some players and staff at Barcelona. Figo didn't just bring his A-game to Real Madrid, he kicked off the whole Galacticos era. He was like the first blockbuster hit in a summer full of sequels. His arrival signaled Real's intent to not just compete, but to dominate with a star-studded squad. Of course, the big move wasn't without its hiccups. Figo had to endure boos and flying pig heads whenever he returned to play at Barcelona. But in Madrid, he helped deliver trophies and left a legacy, proving that sometimes the biggest risks reap the biggest rewards. This transfer was so controversial that even a documentary has been made about it. 9. Luka Jovic, 60 million euros, from Eintracht Frankfurt 2019. Not all signings can be a Figo-level smash hit. Well, this is Luka Jovic. The Serbian striker whose transfer to Real Madrid in 2019 quickly turned into one of the club's most regrettable moves. At the time, every major club had their eyes on him after his impressive stint with Eintracht Frankfurt. Real Madrid jumped in and dropped a hefty 60 million euros to secure his signature, hoping he'd be a valuable backup striker. But things did not go as planned. Jovic struggled to find his footing at the Bernabeu, and by 2022 it was clear that the Jovic experiment had failed. Real Madrid decided to cut their losses and offloaded him to Fiorentina for, wait for it, absolutely nothing. 8. Kaka, 65 million euros, from AC Milan 2009. 9 years after signing Figo, Real took another shot at creating an all-star team. The Galacticos era was all about star power and big signings, and when Real Madrid brought in Brazilian star Kaka in 2009, expectations were, as usual, high. But they were even higher for Kaka, which is expected when your nickname is Almighty Kaka. Bought in the same summer as Cristiano Ronaldo, Kaka was meant to be a game changer, adding flair and finesse to the midfield. Real Madrid shelled out a massive 65 million euros for him, making headlines worldwide. However, the Brazilian's time in Madrid was plagued by injuries, turning what should have been a dream run into a frustrating saga. Despite flashes of his old brilliance, Kaka's contribution was limited. Over 4 years, he managed just 85 La Liga starts, with 23 goals. Kaka's legacy at Real Madrid is a complicated one. While he had moments of magic, he still didn't live up to the hefty price tag or the sky-high expectations. But then, Kaka's signing went a lot better than this World Cup sensation. 7. James Rodriguez, 75 million euros, from Monaco 2014. James Rodriguez is football's most classic case of what could have been. The Colombian sensation lit up the 2014 FIFA World Cup with his dazzling skills, prompting Madrid to sign him for a whopping fee. Under Carlo Ancelotti's guidance, James hit the ground running, scoring 24 goals in 29 league games and looking every bit like the superstar they'd hoped for. But despite the initial fireworks, James' time at Real Madrid quickly fizzled out. While he did pick up 2 Champions League titles and 2 La Liga trophies during his time with them, his contributions to these victories were often seen as minimal. He struggled to secure a regular spot under Zinedine Zidane, who didn't see him as a key part of his plans. This sidelining marked the beginning of a downward spiral for James. After his initial burst of brilliance, he found himself on the fringes, eventually being loaned out and later sold. 6. Zinedine Zidane. €77.5 million from Juventus 2001. Speaking of Zinedine Zidane, his arrival at the Santiago Bernabeu was nothing short of legendary. The French star, fresh from Turin, brought with him a hefty price tag of €77.5 million, setting a new world record at the time. Zidane wasted no time making his mark, earning adoration from fans and cementing his place in Real Madrid folklore. During his 5-year run, Zidane racked up an impressive trophy haul, clinching 6 titles, including the prestigious UEFA Champions League. His stellar performances on the pitch didn't go unnoticed, ending with him bagging the Best FIFA Men's Player award in 2003. But Zidane's influence didn't stop there. After hanging up his boots, he transitioned seamlessly into management, guiding Real Madrid to the first ever Champions League three-peat. Now that's a signing that's worth the money. 5. Cristiano Ronaldo, €94 million from Manchester United 2010. Speaking of signings worth the money and three-peats, here comes the greatest player in the history of Real Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo's journey from Sporting Lisbon to Manchester United and finally to Real Madrid is the stuff of football legend. Real Madrid's pursuit of the Portuguese superstar spanned 2 years before they finally sealed the deal with a jaw-dropping €94 million, a world record fee at the time, and boy, did Ronaldo deliver. Unlike James Rodriguez and Kaka, CR7 didn't just meet expectations, he exceeded them by miles. He spearheaded the historic Champions League three-peat, tormenting La Liga opposition with his skill and goal-scoring prowess. Ronaldo's impact on the pitch was worth every penny and more, proving himself as one of the greatest players to ever play the game for Real Madrid. Several La Liga defenders were happy to see him leave for Juventus. It meant that he was no longer there to make their lives miserable week in, week out. 4. Aurelien Tchouameni, €100 million from Monaco 2022. Real Madrid boasted a formidable midfield trio in Casemiro, Kroos and Modric, but with age, the need for successors arose. In the summer of 2022, the hunt for a defensive midfielder led them to Aurelien Tchouameni. Despite his lack of Champions League experience and limited appearances for France, Real took the plunge. Tchouameni's arrival heralds a new era, offering promise and potential as the next big thing for Los Blancos. With his talent, he could well become a cornerstone of Real Madrid's future success. One can already see he's a key part of the new Galacticos Real is now assembling. 3. Gareth Bale, €101 million from Tottenham 2014. Another bittersweet transfer in Real Madrid's history is that of Gareth Bale. It was almost like Kaka's story, star signing that can't stop getting injured once at Real Madrid. But whenever he came on, he was a sensation. Real Madrid kept up their habit of breaking the bank by snagging Gareth Bale from Tottenham Hotspur in 2014 for a jaw-dropping €101 million. Now that's what you call a hefty price tag. While Bale didn't exactly get the perfect story in Madrid, his time there was no joke. As part of the famous BBC attacking trio with Cristiano Ronaldo and Karim Benzema, which was really a made-up thing to compete with Barcelona's far more deadly MSN, Bale was like the first B in this attacking trio, but also injuries played the spoilsport, keeping him from hitting his full stride. Still, Bale's impact on Real Madrid's glory days can't be denied, especially that UCL final overhead kick. 2. Jude Bellingham, €103 million from Borussia Dortmund 2023. It was a tug of war between Liverpool and Madrid for the promising talent, but Real Madrid clinched the deal, swiping him from Borussia Dortmund for €103 million. Jude was the third such successive Dortmund youngster to be involved in a big signing following Sancho's move to United and Erling Haaland to City. Fast forward to the end of his debut season, and he's already notched up La Liga and Champions League victories, though it must have been a bittersweet moment defeating his former club in the final. He's now been called up to England's squad for the Euro 2024. Although the inclusion of 19-year-old FA Cup Player of the Season, Kobbie Mainoo, robs Bellingham of being the most discussed youngster in the Euros 2024. 1. Eden Hazard, €115 million from Chelsea 2019. Real Madrid's pursuit of Eden Hazard in 2019 was like a fairy tale gone wrong. The Belgian sensation, previously a shining star at Chelsea, was expected to light up the Santiago Bernabeu after Real Madrid forked out €150 million, breaking their own transfer record. However, Hazard, who was once a Premier League wizard, found himself warming the bench more often than not in Madrid. Injuries and fitness issues mostly kept him sidelined, robbing fans of the chance to witness his magic on the pitch. Hopes were high that he'd be the next Ronaldo for Madrid, but alas, he never quite reached those dizzying heights. In hindsight, Hazard's move to Real Madrid might go down as one of the costliest blunders in football history. It's a cautionary tale of how even the brightest stars can fizzle out when they don't align with the right constellation. And now, in the summer of 2024, Madrid has already broken the bank for another mega money signing, as they confirmed the signing of now former Paris Saint-Germain player Kylian Mbappe. Now, you'd say this is a free transfer, but the signing fee and whatnot are in the tune of 100 million. We can hardly call that free now, can we? Fans and rivals are crossing their fingers for Madrid's latest superstar signing, Frenchman Kylian Mbappe. Everyone's on the lookout to see what happens when the season begins. Of course, we'll be there to bring you all the latest updates, so don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. See you later.